Welcome to Sailing with the Jameses. I'm Kate, and this is Sam. And this is our daughter Charlie. A couple of months ago, we sold our house and all of our belongings and bought Endless Summer, a 55-foot Bruce Roberts yacht. We are now living on board full-time while we sail around the world. Follow our journey by pressing subscribe. So guys, we are still in Nerang in the Gold Coast, so we're still staying with family. And in our last video, we showed you 3 of our favorite boats that we are looking at. And now that we've had time to sit down, think and discuss, we have a decision.
Yeah, so one thing we've found is that when you're thinking about buying a boat and you're looking through the websites at all of them, it's absolutely awesome. It's kind of the best fun you can have. When it comes to actually going and trying to buy one, it's actually slightly stressful and way more challenging than we initially anticipated. So we had a lot of trouble trying to decide which boat was really the best one for us. They're quite different boats. So what we did was we made a list of priorities, and those priorities were things that were a lot harder to change, like access to water, speed, fuel consumption with an easily driven hull, things like that. And then we did it in a number value out of 10, and we each had a column, and then we added those up and we saw which one had the highest number, which was our that suited our criteria the best. And yeah.
And the boat that Sam wanted didn't win. So we've yeah, I call it a bit of a midlife crisis. So the boat we've chosen that suits a lot of our all of our criteria is
the way I like to look at it, it did win. I just had to add an extra column to the bottom of our spreadsheet, and when I did that, the Outremer 55 won.
Beautiful
boat. Yeah, very excited about it. It has a lot of amazing features, and one of the best things we like about it is the easily driven hull. So therefore I'm hoping it'll future-proof the boat for us. We want to be able to keep it for a long time, and I'm hoping once the engines get a little bit old and a little bit hard for me to maintain, then we'll go electric. Yeah. So at the moment it doesn't have lithium batteries. We're going to build a lithium battery bank, make it fairly large, and change the solar out for some newer, larger solar. And then down the track, once those engines do give me a little bit too much grief, I can slowly swap them out for 2 electric engines. If you get a slightly heavier boat or a slower boat at the moment, the technology is not quite there to make it efficient. As it stands, in my opinion, it's sort of borderline whether it is economical or efficient to change to electric now. But we want to do it mainly so we can help the environment, and it'd be something fun and neat to do. So although economically it might not be the best decision, if we get something with an easily driven hull, then it's close enough that we can make it happen.
And the Outremer is beautiful, and we are basically buying the hulls, and the starboard hull we are gonna make into the owner's cabin. So the big bed is in the back, the queen bed, and then we will make the forward bed like a walk-in robe because there's not too much storage on there. And then we'll do a bit more modifications to it, so the owner's hull will be the starboard hull. And we both absolutely love the back deck. So it's fully enclosed, it's got canvas for sunshade, it's got clears to make it waterproof. So we've actually seen this boat before when we were at Shaw Island, and it was downpouring, and they had the clears on the back deck. So if you guys remember, we actually drove past a boat, and I said, "Are you driving past to go past the Outremer?" And Sam laughed, and then it actually turns out that this is the boat that we are buying. It's the same boat.
we saw them later on when we were at the Percy Islands as well, and they pulled in there just for a quick stop for the day. And I went across and met them and said g'day, and yeah, that's when we found out that they were bringing it south and thinking about selling the boat.
Yeah.
So we were able to get onto it there. It's already got 2 autopilots. Because it's a production boat, it also, with a very fantastic name, it would be very good for resale. We're hoping it'll hold its value. It's got pure fiberglass hulls, which is really nice if we want to go to some more adventurous places and things like that.
Her dagger boards.
Beautiful dagger boards, and one of our most favourite things and one of our key criteria that we were looking at is the ability to single-handed sail. And the reason we want that is on summer, when the seas got slightly rough and things got slightly challenging, that's when Charlie needs the most attention, but it's also when the boat needs the most attention. So if we got something that had a far better ability to single-handed, therefore we could give Charlie the attention she needs and still manage the vessel. So this one allows for that with the electric furling head sail. Yeah, it's an easily driven hull, so you don't need to carry a lot of sail. You can reef nice and early. The fuel consumption's absolutely fantastic on it, because that is pretty much our biggest expense.
Yep.
Is fuel. We motor way more than we ever thought we would, and we like seeing a lot of places. And you think, oh, you can sail, but a lot of the times we'll anchor in one bay and the next bay is really neat and we want to explore it as well, or the one over that, and you can go on the tender for the day and come back. But it's so much nicer just popping around the corner in the main boat and just anchoring there and then going to the bay. And so even just with the little hops, you use the engine a lot for those. So
Yeah, and the owner said when he was bringing it down the coast, he sat on 10 knots easily in light winds, which is amazing.
that's absolutely fantastic.
He said that and our jaws dropped, and that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't expect to go around the world and doing 10 knots everywhere. The main thing is the fuel consumption. Not only just for cost, but for ease. If we don't have to keep on going to try and find fuel, this boat has extra fuel tanks fitted to it. So, and if we can find easier places to refuel or more affordable prices, we can top it up and keep going. Our range would be so much further. And light winds, once you get, in the lower latitudes, there's not a lot of wind up there. So the ability to not have to motor everywhere would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. So we have a boat. We are...
Yeah. So where we're at right now is we've contacted the agent, and we've told the agent that we are keen to buy the boat. And at this stage, because they're just putting it on the market, it's not actually officially listed yet, we don't have a proper price. Now, the concern with that is, and the thing that's got Kate worried is, I am absolutely in love with this boat and would pay pretty much anything to have it, which is the worst position to go into a negotiation with. So we'll see what they come back with. The agent's indicated what the price will be.
Yes.
And we'll pay that, or I don't even think we'll negotiate. So yeah, we should hopefully know within the next hour or so, and yeah, we'll have a boat.
Have a boat.
We can't wait to show you all. And yeah, we've got so many plans for it. I'm really, really excited.
Hi. So, as it turns out, we will not be buying the Outremer 55.
So what's happened is it was for sale in Bali, and the owner decided to bring it back to Australia to sell it. And there's been some complications with the agent over there and the contract that he had with it, so he's actually unable to sell it right now until the term of that contract expires. The problem we have is that although we love staying here with family, we have a financial timeline before I have to go back to work, so we can't wait too long. And we've also found out that there's quite a few other people also interested in this vessel, so although I was willing to buy it at pretty much any price, as I thought I'd found a unicorn, it turns out that a few other people have found a unicorn as well, and we don't want to sit here waiting for something that may not be a sure thing.
Yeah.
So we are going to move on, and the next vessel that we've decided to try and purchase is the Morelli Melvin, the M&M. And yeah.
So this one is my favorite, and the hulls of the M&M, the Morelli and Melvin, are amazing. We've never seen hulls like it before because it's custom built, and I love the owner's hull, the way that the bed's set up. You don't have to crawl over each other, and it's a queen bed. The bathrooms, the shower is separate, so you're not getting the toilet wet or the toilet paper wet when you take a shower. The setup of the saloon area is all light and airy, and the kitchen is galley up style. And
So when Kate talks about hulls and I talk about hulls, we talk about two different things. She talks about the interior of the hulls. I always talk about the profile, the streamline, the bridge deck clearance, and the exterior. So for us, the Outremer, the hulls on the interior weren't what we would like, but the exterior was.
Yeah.
Now with the M&M, it's a considerably heavier boat, so I'll have to give up the idea of turning it into electric unless there's some great advances in technology. That won't really be an option for us. It does have great bridge deck clearance. It does have a fairly fine profile, just a lot deeper in the water and a lot heavier vessel. But they are installing brand new engines as we speak. So that means as long as we treat the engines right, then they should last a very long time. And one of the best features I love about this boat is the ability to single-handed. The way that it's set up, where all the lines run back to what we like to call a piano, or just a whole heap of jammers all in one spot, means that it's a lot easier to manage everything single-handed with 3 electric winches right there. Also, I'm not a huge fan of indoor steering stations personally, but we do love that this way I can haul the anchor myself just by watching and having clear vision of what's happening up forward, and do it all from the interior, even in challenging conditions. So most of the time I haul the anchor by myself anyway, but then the anchor winch hauls the boat up on the anchor because we're not driving up on it with the engines. With the M&M, even when it's really blowing or we're in quite challenging conditions, I should be able to do it all by myself. And yeah, absolutely love that feature. The boat's been very well thought out. It does have a considerable amount of work to be done to it, as in because it's coming on 23 years old, a lot of the features that were state of the art when it was built are very old, very heavy, and not functioning as efficiently as they should, that we'll need to do up on it.
Yeah.
And we're still really looking forward to moving forward with this one.
Really excited.
Yeah. So we're going to call the agent right now and hopefully have some really good news for you really shortly. So we'll call them and we'll see if we can buy it.
Okay, so we just got off the phone with the broker. The Morelli and Melvin is going to be listed for $260,000 more than what we were initially told by the broker when we were first looking at her.
So yeah, we've got a few concerns with this. The main reason being is that the agent's the one that gave us the indication of what the initial price was. It's not his fault, and he's actually done us a kindness by doing this, because he's told us, I believe, what he thinks the initial market value should be. And now that it's $260,000 more with all the work that we want to do, we're wondering whether it is the best choice moving forward. So at this stage, all we can really do is put an offer in for what we believe, what the agent indicated the initial price was going to be. And that way we believe that probably is close to the fair market value. At the moment, catamarans are a fairly hot commodity, so people are listing them higher initially just to see how they go, and then dropping from there. And we think potentially that's what's happened in this case. So the poor agent is probably regretting giving us an indication of what he thought it was going to be listed for. But we were lucky because the boat's just sort of arrived in Australia. And it's just gone on the market, so we got into it very fast and got onto it.
We got onto it the second day it arrived.
The second day it arrived, we got to have a look before it was cleaned and in its raw state. And so we're going to put an offer in for what the agent initially indicated it was, without going down from there. So hopefully that's a fair price, and we'll let you know how we go. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so we've just heard back from the broker for the Morelli and Melvin, and unfortunately our offer was not accepted by the owner, and we didn't get a counter offer either.
So yeah, we thought it was a little bit of a Hail Mary. He's only fitted one of the new engines, doesn't actually have it officially ready to launch on the market yet, has indicated a price point he wanted to try at, and we came in considerably lower than that. So, but we just figured we'd better try, just in case, throw it out there. So he's come back saying nope. And now
we are the boat we are going for is Shining Light, the 50-foot Crowther, which we're both very excited about.
It's pretty amazing. We were actually initially disappointed just a few minutes ago, but basically after a bit of reflection, we've sort of looked at it, and the Outremer was my favourite and fulfilled all my requirements, and that's why it was in the running. The Morelli Melvin was Kate's favourite and fulfilled all her requirements, and that's why it was in the running. And the reason the Crowther was in the running is because it was built by a family for a family. It has the best lifelines we've ever seen. It has nice, safe decks, really good gates, and essentially we put that in the running because we felt it was the best one for Charlie. And the universe works in mysterious ways. So we actually, upon reflection, think that the Crowther is the best one for us. We just didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
We had to go through this process to really learn. Charlie's the most thing that's important to both of us. So therefore it is the perfect compromise. I won't be getting my electric engines. We will not be going particularly fast anywhere. It has a heap more work to be done to it. Financially, the price point is, for what it offers, it's going to be the most expensive overall for all the work that we have to do to it. The interior isn't quite as streamlined as maybe Kate would love. It only has one functioning toilet at the moment, so we'll have to add bathrooms and change the interior and do a considerable amount of work to it. But we do feel that upon reflection it is the best boat for us.
Yeah, and it's got an amazing galley, thought very well out. It's got stainless steel countertops, which is easy to clean. The saloon area is a great eating area for a family. Outdoor front deck is great for Charlie, for area to run around, and it's great for a family, by a family, and I think this is...
Yeah, although it doesn't offer the safety of speed, it does offer the safety of durability and strength. So it's just a different kind of safety, and in a way it's good. It allows me to make more mistakes when reading weather and evaluating the best passage plans and things, because it will handle things potentially a little bit better than the other boats. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so she's our shining light.
She is. So we're going to call that agent, let them know that that's the one we'd like to move forward with, and we will let you know how things go.
Yeah. Join us next week as we hear back from the agent. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to follow our journey.